don't think we are. God, these technical problems. It's part of the business, I guess. But hello, everyone, and welcome to a Sunday evening episode of Ted's Brew Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted. It is 5:35 on the 28th of November 2021, and as I am speaking, it is currently the first day of the 8-day celebration in 2021 of the Jewish festival of Hanukkah. So, to anyone who might be watching this who's Jewish, very happy Hanukkah to you, and I hope you have a fantastic new year coming up ahead. So, yeah, it's a blessed occasion, as it were. But I tried to get like an appropriate Hanukkah alcohol to review for this, but again, I don't know. I just felt like I just couldn't get one in time, and I just didn't feel like it really fit the theme of what I was going for something a little bit more laid back and chilled out. But we'll continue on as we mean to go on. So I'll review another one of the Peckham Brick Brewery beers, and today we're going to be taking a look at their Peckham Pale, which is an American-style pale ale. Again, this is from the Brick Brewery in Peckham Rye in London, and I don't know, this could be a bit of a funny one, because last time I reviewed the red ale, and I think with red ales, they, in my experience at least, not saying this objectively, but in my experience, red ales have generally had like a pretty good solid level of consistency, but like the best red ale isn't necessarily as good as the best pale ale. But then again, like pale ales, I do feel tend to have like a vastly wider and more varying scale of quality. So if you do get a bad one, it is pretty bad. So I don't know what this is going to be like, but I'm willing to try it out and see what it is. So I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, we'll just say again, design of the can, handsome, nice, clean, mixture of good, different shades of cream and yellow mixing together to make a very welcoming, neutral looking beer. So yeah, very nice, handsome stuff there. Good 9 or 10 out of 10 out. Regards to the design of the can, very handsome stuff indeed. So let's have ourselves a quick snifter and see what our first impressions are like. I'm expecting it to probably be a bit papyry, maybe a bit more bitter than the usual pale ale, but we'll see. Yeah, kind of what I was expecting, kind of a bit citrus rind, bit papyry. It's just not that much of a strong nose. It's a nice smelling one, but it just doesn't really leave that much to be interested in. So, I don't know, like 6 out of 10. It smells nice, it's just there, I guess. Then again, though, that's better than, I guess, a drink smelling like mouldy dishwater that's just gone up your nose. But anyway, we'll see what it actually tastes like after we've had ourselves a palate cleanser of water. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. So to everyone at home, bottoms up. Oh, that is, ooh. Ooh, that is good. Texture's a little bit heavy. That does let it down, so it's not the smoothest like drinking experience when you swallow it down at the end of your throat at the finish. It's not the easiest and smoothest thing to go down, so that does let it down a little bit. But aside from that, everything else is pretty solid. You sort of get this slight crisp beer taste at the beginning, slightly sort of like hazy beer, hoppy flavour at the beginning. But it's quite sort of smooth and like crisp at the beginning as well. And then you get this slight tart sweetness of like papaya, followed by this like bitterness of citrus rind, and they sort of kind of meld together a little bit towards the finish, where they kind of sort of like just explode a bit in this sort of fizzle of slightly more contemporary sort of like Western sort of like beer flavours, and like slightly more exotic tropical sort of fruit flavours. So it's a very interesting mix of flavours there, but they've brewed together very smoothly. Again, The only major criticism I can think about it is the fact that the texture is pretty muddled. Not necessarily in a terrible way either. It's just kind of, I guess, a bit unfocused, but towards the end. So it's it definitely makes it not as smooth a drinking experience as it could be towards the end. But generally speaking, it is still a very nice drinking experience anyway. And the taste and the rest of the texture is actually pretty flawless. So I can't really complain too much. So I think overall, I'll probably give this a good. Let me see. I'll give it a good 8.75 out of 10. I think that. Actually, no, I'll be generous. I'll give it a 9. I think I'm feeling in a festive, holy spirit of mood, and I think that when I really sort of considered this drink, there's not merely a massive amount of stuff that I can criticise about it, apart from the texture being a bit lacklustre and maybe the flavour at the beginning being a little bit thin and not fully bodied. But then again, that's not necessarily a bad thing in of itself. However, the texture does let it down a little bit by being a bit muddled and unfocused. But it doesn't really ruin the drinking experience. It still tastes really good. And I would thoroughly recommend it to most first-time American pale ale drinkers. So yeah, very much a buy. Definitely would recommend, and very, very solid stuff to start off the festive season with. So, if you guys liked this episode, leave a like, share, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you want to check out anything else I do online, I'll leave the links to all that in the video description down below. But until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, take mask with you to the shops, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye for now.